Jesus told a story to illustrate a profound spiritual truth. He spoke about a master who entrusted his servants with a significant amount of money. This money was referred to as talents, a term used in ancient times to denote a large sum of wealth. To one servant he gave 5 talents, to another he gave 2 talents, and to the last one he gave just 1 talent. The master distributed these talents according to each servant's abilities, recognizing their individual potential. After distributing the talents, the master embarked on a long journey, leaving the servants to manage the money. The servants who received 5 and 2 talents immediately set to work, investing and trading to double their money. However, the servant who received 1 talent was overcome with fear and anxiety. Instead of using his talent, he chose to dig a hole in the ground and hide the money, ensuring it remained safe but unproductive. When the master eventually returned, he called his servants to account for their stewardship. The first 2 servants joyfully presented their earnings, having doubled the initial amount entrusted to them. The master was pleased with their diligence and rewarded them with even greater responsibilities, acknowledging their faithfulness. However, the master was deeply disappointed and angry with the servant who had buried his talent. This parable, found in Matthew 25 verses 14 to 30, serves as a powerful lesson about the importance of utilizing our God-given gifts and abilities. It teaches us that God expects us to be good stewards of what He has entrusted to us, making the most of our talents and opportunities. The parable encourages us to take risks and invest our abilities rather than letting fear hold us back. It also highlights the value of collaboration and working together to achieve greater outcomes. By sharing our talents and mentoring others, we can create a ripple effect of growth and productivity. Reflecting on this parable, we are reminded to evaluate how we are using our own talents and resources. Are we hiding our talents out of fear, or are we actively seeking ways to grow and contribute? The parable of the talents challenges us to step out of our comfort zones and strive for excellence in all that we do. Each of us has unique gifts and abilities, and it is our responsibility to use them wisely and for the greater good. When we do so, we not only fulfill our potential but also find deeper meaning and satisfaction in our lives. Ultimately, the parable of the talents is a call to action, urging us to be proactive, faithful, and courageous stewards of the gifts we have been given. The master in the parable calls the servant who hid his talent wicked and lazy. This parable, found in the Gospel of Matthew, serves as a powerful reminder of the expectations God has for us. The servant's failure to use his talent wasn't just a minor oversight, it was a significant act of disobedience. By hiding his talent, he not only wasted the resources given to him, but also failed to honor his master's trust. These are strong words, but they reveal the seriousness of laziness in God's eyes. The Bible consistently emphasizes the importance of diligence and hard work. When we choose laziness, we are essentially rejecting the purpose and potential that God has placed within us. This rejection is not taken lightly in the scriptures, as it reflects a deeper issue of the heart. Laziness is not just a bad habit, it's a sin that separates us from God and hinders our spiritual growth. When we allow laziness to take root in our lives, it creates a barrier between us and our Creator. This barrier can prevent us from experiencing the fullness of God's blessings and can lead to a stagnant spiritual life. It's crucial to recognize and address this sin before it takes a deeper hold on our hearts. In the Bible, laziness is often associated with disobedience, negligence, and a lack of love for God. These traits are contrary to the character of a faithful servant. A diligent and obedient heart is one that seeks to please God in all things, while a lazy heart is self-centered and indifferent to God's commands. This indifference can lead to a life that is unproductive and unfulfilled. Proverbs warns us against the dangers of laziness, saying, "The lazy person wants and wants but gets nothing." Proverbs 13 verse 4. This verse highlights the futility of laziness. While a lazy person may have many desires and aspirations, their unwillingness to put in the necessary effort results in unfulfilled dreams and unmet needs. In contrast, those who are diligent and hardworking are more likely to see the fruits of their labor. Laziness can manifest in many ways, from neglecting our responsibilities to procrastinating on important tasks. It can be as simple as choosing to scroll through social media instead of completing a task, or as significant as avoiding a calling that God has placed on our lives. Regardless of how it manifests, the root cause is the same: a reluctance to put in the effort required to fulfill our God-given purpose. It's a subtle but dangerous sin that can slowly eat away at our spiritual lives. Over time, laziness can lead to a weakened faith, a lack of spiritual discipline, and a diminished relationship with God. It's essential to remain vigilant and proactive in combating this sin, seeking God's strength and guidance to overcome it. By doing so, we can ensure that we are living lives that are pleasing to Him and fulfilling our true potential. The lazy servant in the parable tried to justify his inaction by saying he was afraid. He claimed that his fear of failure and the harshness of his master were the reasons he did nothing with the talent he was given. This excuse, however, did not absolve him of his responsibility. Instead, it highlighted his lack of initiative and his unwillingness to take risks. He made excuses for his laziness instead of taking responsibility for his actions. This is a common theme in many of our lives today. We often find ourselves overwhelmed by the tasks at hand, and instead of tackling them head-on, we choose to procrastinate. We tell ourselves that we will do it later, that we need more time, or that the conditions are not right. But in reality, these are just excuses that prevent us from achieving our full potential. Proverbs has much to say about the dangers of excuses and procrastination. The wisdom found in this book is timeless and speaks directly to the human condition. It warns us about the pitfalls of laziness and the importance of diligence and hard work. The lessons in Proverbs are not just for the ancient world, they are incredibly relevant to our modern lives. The sluggard says, "There's a lion outside, I'll be killed if I go out to the fields." Proverbs 22 verse 13. This verse illustrates how fear can be used as an excuse to avoid work. The sluggard imagines dangers that do not exist to justify his inaction. This is a powerful reminder that our fears, often unfounded, can paralyze us and prevent us from moving forward. The sluggard buries his hand in the dish. He is too lazy to bring it back to his mouth. Proverbs 26, verse 15. This vivid imagery shows the extent of laziness, where even the simplest tasks become insurmountable. It serves as a stark warning about the dangers of letting laziness take root in our lives. These verses paint a vivid picture of laziness. They show how it can manifest in various ways, from avoiding work to making excuses for not completing tasks. Laziness is not just about physical inactivity, it is also about a mindset that resists effort and responsibility. The lazy person is full of excuses, always finding reasons to avoid work and responsibility. They might blame external circumstances, other people, or even their own limitations. But at the heart of it, these excuses are just a way to avoid facing the challenges and responsibilities that come with life. They are content to sit back and watch life pass them by, rather than actively pursuing their God-given purpose. This passive approach to life leads to missed opportunities and unfulfilled potential. Proverbs encourages us to rise above laziness and excuses, to embrace hard work and diligence, and to pursue our purpose with determination and faith. By doing so, we can lead a more fulfilling and impactful life. The consequences of the lazy servant's actions were severe. He was cast out into the darkness, where there was weeping and gnashing of teeth. Matthew 25, verse 30. This vivid imagery depicts the eternal separation from God that awaits those who reject His grace and choose disobedience. The Bible is clear that our actions have consequences, both in this life and in the next. While God is merciful and forgiving, He also calls us to live lives of obedience and faithfulness. Section 5. A call to action, embracing our spiritual responsibilities. The parable of the talents is a powerful reminder that we are all accountable to God for how we use our time, talents, and resources. It's a call to action, urging us to embrace our spiritual responsibilities and live lives that are pleasing to Him. This means being active in our faith, using our gifts to serve others, and sharing the good news of Jesus Christ with those around us. It means being good stewards of our finances, our time, and our talents, using them to further God's kingdom. Section 6. The importance of stewardship, cultivating our God-given gifts. The parable highlights the importance of stewardship. God has entrusted each of us with unique gifts and talents, and He expects us to use them for His glory. We are called to be good stewards of what He has given us, cultivating our gifts and using them to bless others. This means identifying our strengths and passions, and finding ways to use them in service to God and others. It means being willing to step outside of our comfort zones, to take risks, and to trust that God will equip us for the tasks He has called us to. Section 7. The joy of obedience, experiencing the blessings of faithfulness. While the parable emphasizes the consequences of disobedience, It also highlights the joy and blessings that come from living a life of obedience. The faithful servants in the parable were rewarded with even greater responsibilities and blessings. When we are obedient to God's call, we experience the fullness of His love and grace. We find true purpose and fulfillment in serving Him and others. Section 8. Finding motivation in love. Serving God with a grateful heart. Our motivation for serving God should not be fear of punishment, but rather love and gratitude for all He has done for us. When we truly understand the depth of His love and sacrifice, we are compelled to live lives that are pleasing to Him. Our service to God should be an act of worship, a way of expressing our love and gratitude for His amazing grace. Section 9. Conclusion. Embracing a life of purpose and fulfillment. The parable of the talents is a powerful reminder that we are called to live lives of purpose and intentionality. We are not here by accident. God has a plan and a purpose for each of our lives. Let us embrace our spiritual responsibilities, using our God-given gifts to serve others and advance His kingdom. Let us live lives of obedience and faithfulness, experiencing the joy and fulfillment that come from knowing and serving our Creator.
If you enjoyed this video, please like it, leave a comment, and if you are not subscribed, subscribe to our channel and activate the notification bell to not miss any videos like this one.